drugstores, packing houses, processing plants, and nursing homes throughout the state of Ohio. We're here to talk today about the release of the report by the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services and Public Benefits Disclosure. We have two principles that we're focused on. We have a lot of employers who should, but choose not to, provide affordable health care to their workers. So they're putting their responsibility on the backs of Ohio's taxpayers at a time when Ohio is already under great financial stress. So the political director for UFCW Littleton, United Columbus, is going to talk to you a little bit more about the issue.
The reports that have been provided to several of us disclose a number of corporations that are following the lead of Walmart and others, forcing their employers to rely on taxpayer-supported programs to cover health care costs. Ohioans deserve better, and America deserves better. Ohio taxpayers should not be forced to subsidize the health benefits for the hugely profitable corporations on this list, all of which are everyday names familiar to us all. Each of these companies clearly can afford to cover their own workforce and not expect citizens of Ohio to pay these costs for them. I'd like to turn this back over to Bridget. We'll have a number of legislators who work closely with this issue speak to the importance of public benefits disclosure like this.
Thank you, Allie. And like she said, we are privileged to have several members of the General Assembly with us today. First is Senator Nina Turner from the 25th District in Cleveland.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I certainly want to thank UFCW for their efforts. You know, it's really shameful that we live in a country where 30% of Americans, where one parent or both parents work, still live in poverty. We're not talking about folks who don't pull their own weight. We're talking about folks who work. How is it that we even have a term considered the working poor? It just doesn't seem right in this wonderful country of ours. Corporations need to be responsible for their employees, and it is really unfair to the worker and also the taxpayer here in Ohio to have to put that burden. You know, Theodore Roosevelt once said, every wise struggle for human betterment, one of the main objects, and often the only object, has been to achieve in large measure equality of opportunity. And that's really what we're talking about this morning, equality of opportunity. Families and workers deserve the opportunity to be able to work hard. They deserve the opportunity to afford quality health care, and they deserve the opportunity to provide a bright future for their families. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is a season of sacrifice. And so corporations have to sacrifice for the employees that give so much to them and help them to earn the billions and billions of dollars that they receive every year. The U.S. Census Bureau's data was collected in a report that said, still working hard, but still falling short. We all should be outraged that any family where members work more than 40 hours a week are working hard, but still falling short. So I want to thank again UFCW and my colleagues here from the General Assembly as we push this issue, as we force folks to do the right thing. I want to remind us that the time is right to do what's right now. So working families and children are depending on us, the General Assembly, but also corporate America, to do what's right for our families and their children right now.
Next, I'd like to welcome to the mic Representative Dan Stewart from the 25th District in Columbus.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, brothers and sisters. And it is unfortunate that today we are here to talk about the fact that, well, we all know Ohio is facing tough budget times, and families in Ohio facing tough budget times. It's not the time that Ohio should be picking up the benefits and costs of hard-working Ohioans. It's unfortunate that in today's world, you can work hard every day, play by the rules, whether it's on the factory floor or stocking the grocery stores, and still not have health care. The state of Ohio can't afford to cover the cost of corporate irresponsibility. It is time, and I want to thank also the United Food and Commercial Workers Union of Ohio for their efforts to get the Ohio Department of Jobs and Family Services to release top 50 employers in Ohio who are making the taxpayers of Ohio responsible for their employees' well-being. In the richest country in the world, we should not have people working every day and not being able to afford the basic needs of health care and their lives. Whether it's Walmart setting standards for wage rates and benefits levels, it's no wonder that more and more hardworking Ohioans have to rely upon taxpayer-supported programs for their health care and assistance. Corporate responsibility is what we're talking about. We will join together in a bipartisan effort to provide some legislative fixes for this. When CEOs are making 300 to 400 times the average salary of those working on the floor of a factory or in a grocery store, they certainly can afford to cover the basic needs of health care. So we'll work together in a bipartisan manner to ensure that these corporations are called upon to be responsible to their workers. It's about time that we actually demand responsibility of those who make money on us every day to ensure that workers have those basic rights. Ohioans cannot afford, America cannot afford, to pick up the cost of this corporate responsibility. We are in tough times in Ohio, we're all struggling, we're all trying to do the best. But in today's world, if you work, play hard by the rules, you should have those kinds of benefits. And we'll work to make sure that we recognize those companies who have not had that responsibility. So we'll work together, and I appreciate all the work that the UFCW has done, and work with Representative Hagan and other members in the Senate. And it will be a bipartisan approach because this is something we can all agree on both sides.